What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be ranking all of the Flash's main villains. But of course, before we get started, make sure that you guys like, share, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment any other video suggestions for me. And yeah, right before we start this video, I want to give a couple of Flash updates that we recently got. So Season 8, we're once again going to be doing the graphic novel type thing. So there's going to be possibly 2-3 different main villains in the Flash Season 8. Also, it's looking likely that Red Death might be one of those villains, maybe Cobalt Blue as well. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see exactly what's going to happen and how this list is going to update after the Flash Season 8 is over. So guys, I'm actually going to be counting 3 main villains for the Flash Season 5, that being Cicada 1, Cicada 2, and the Reverse Flash. Season 6 will have 2 main villains, that being Bloodwork and Mirror Monarch. Season 7 will also have 2 main villains, that being the Speed Force and Godspeed. So in total, guys, I'll be ranking 11 main villains, so with that out of the way, let's get right into the list. So coming in at number 11, in last place, and undoubtedly the worst main villain the Flash has ever had, is Cicada 1, aka Orland Dwyer. Actually in the first couple of episodes, he actually looked like a really threatening villain, but then when you actually see exactly how he was used throughout the season, it's just so dumb. He's not threatening whatsoever, his voice is really cringy, and he just gets away every time, and it's so annoying, and he was just a pain to watch. Now guys, I actually think that Cicada had the potential to be a really good main villain if there were a couple of things changed. First and foremost, if they casted somebody else to play the role, and if this was the David Hirsch version of Cicada from the comics instead of somebody else like Orland Dwyer. So yeah, still after the Flash Season 7, Cicada holds his spot as the worst main villain to ever hit our screens from the Flash. So coming in at number 10, I have Cicada 2, aka Grace Gibbons from the future. Now, this version of Cicada, obviously, she's a lot more threatening, and I guess she's just a little bit better in every aspect, but still, just not the best villain, not the best writing, not the best storyline for her, although she was definitely an upgrade from Orland Dwyer's Cicada. I think in the finale, they were just trying to get her storyline over with so then they could continue with the Reverse Flash stuff going on during that time. But yeah, overall she's kind of average, just a little below average, I'd say. Just not the best villain I'd ever say that has appeared on the Flash. So coming in at number 9, I have Mirror Monarch, aka Eva McCulloch. Now I think Mirror Monarch and who I have at number 8, they're probably the most average Flash main villains we've ever had. Mirror Monarch, she's not good, but she's not bad either. Season 6, her storyline was alright, nothing too special right there. Season 7, Episode 1, I actually thought she was a pretty good villain, but then after that just fell off. I just really did not like how they continued with her storyline in episodes 2 and 3 of Season 7. So yeah, Mirror Monarch, probably one of the more average main villains on the Flash, but certainly nowhere near the best. So coming in at number 8, I have Speed Force, Nora, or the Speed Force, whatever you want to call her. Now, I really like the concept of them saying how Barry's own power is a villain against him. I think that's a pretty cool concept. However, I just don't think they went about it the correct way, I guess. Having her, in the form of, a person, it just didn't exactly work, but I think it was alright, nothing awful. I do like, however, that they made the person, Barry's mother. I think that, had a real emotional connection between Barry and the Speed Force, so I thought that part was alright. However, I just think maybe if it was just a corrupted Speed Force that was maybe even turning Barry evil, I think that would have been a way better storyline for them to use. Obviously the Force's storyline during this time wasn't the best in the world. I mean, it's just not good, not bad in my opinion, it's really just average. A lot of people really hated that. I thought it wasn't very entertaining, but I guess it still kind of worked, and even though the Force's storyline wasn't very good, I still liked that they tried to implement that on the show. However, it's just didn't make Speed Force Nora that good of a villain. However, she's not exactly awful either. So coming in at number 7, I actually have the Thinker. Now, the Thinker definitely probably would have been top 4, top 5 if they just didn't mess up and make him switch bodies throughout the whole season until episode 22. I thought that was super lame. Up until episode 9, I was really enjoying the Flash season 4, and then besides the Enter Flash Time episode, I really did not enjoy the rest of the season very much. Until episode 9, the Thinker was such a good villain in my opinion. He was really threatening. I really liked the design of his chair. I thought that was amazing. amazing how he looked. He was super comic book accurate. But then they just took all that away, and he ended up being one of the more overpowered characters in the Arrowverse. And I really wish they, you know, stuck to the comic books, how the comics did the Thinker, and tried to implement that more on the show instead of, you know, going their own way. So yeah, the Thinker, although when he is in his chair and when he's, you know, he's played by Neil Sandilands, I think he's a pretty good villain. However, he just did not do that for the majority of the season, which is why he's only at number 7. So coming in at number 6, I have Godspeed. Now, Godspeed I actually thought was a really underrated villain. I found it surprising how many people really hated this Godspeed storyline. I actually thought it was pretty decent, although it was only 4 episodes, which I think is so dumb. They had a couple of filler episodes, episodes 12, 13, and 14, that they definitely could have used for Godspeed. I don't know why they did that, why they didn't use Godspeed in those 3 episodes. I thought that was super lame. Godspeed definitely should have been a top 5 main villain. This is just unbelievable that I'm putting him at number 6, because he should have been a great main villain. However, they just didn't give him enough screen time. Not only that, they made this Godspeed war more of the main villain than Godspeed himself, because we only got the real August Hart Godspeed for 1 episode, which is the one thing I really did not like about this Godspeed storyline, is that they didn't even use Godspeed. However, he is still alive in the Arrowverse, so they have a chance for redemption with Godspeed. So I hope they do him way better the next time that he ends up appearing on the show. But for now, he's going to stick here at number 6, and hopefully if he's ever a main villain again in the future, that he'll go up to the top 5. So starting off the top 5, I have Savitar. Now, Season 3 of The Flash, I used to think was a not very good season. I thought it might even be the worst season. I thought Savitar wasn't exactly that good of a villain. However, I recently rewatched The Flash, and after watching Season 3, I realized it's actually a lot better than I thought. Now, of course, I really don't like the storyline in Season 3 of, you know, just them always focused on the future, and just it's really dark, and I didn't exactly like that. Some parts I thought were decent, but the other parts I just wasn't exactly a fan of. But that was just sort of clouding my judgment on Savitar, because me thinking that the whole season was bad just made me think that Savitar was also bad. But Savitar is actually a pretty good villain, and I really like how they did him in Season 3. They all, you know, they kind of combined Future Flash and Savitar. Future Flash, if you guys don't know, is a comic book version of Barry, who is basically evil. He's also in like a blue suit, but they just decided to call him Savitar on the show. So I actually think they did him quite well. And yeah, as I said before, Flash Season 3 is a lot better than I initially thought. So yeah, I definitely think Savitar deserves to be a top 5 villain. So coming in at number 4, I have the Reverse Flash from The Flash Season 5. Now, you guys may not think he's a main villain. I'm going to consider him a main villain here. He was basically in like every episode from episode 9 until the finale. He was controlling everything. He controlled The Flash Season 5, which is why I think he's one of the main villains of the season. And I really like his storyline. His storyline was absolutely amazing. You know, him basically manipulating Nora into letting him go free from prison. That storyline was absolutely amazing in my opinion. That is also why I don't think The Flash Season 5 is the worst season of The Flash. So yeah, Reverse Flash in that season was just mind-blowing, but of course he wasn't the real main villain, so I can't put him in the top 3. So yeah, he's going to have to stick here at number 4, although he was a very, very good villain in Season 5. Coming in at number 3, I have Bloodwork, aka Ramsey Rosso. Ramsey Rosso is one of the best villains we've ever had on The Flash. I really like how they used Bloodwork in Season 6. However, although you guys will probably comment, you know, he was only a villain for 4 or 5 episodes. Yes, he was only a villain for 4 or 5 episodes, but I think those 4 or 5 episodes are enough to push him up to the top 3. He's definitely one of the scariest villains, one of the most threatening villains we've ever seen on The Flash. He was done, I think, perfectly in Season 6. And he's probably like the last time that we actually had like a really, really good storyline on The Flash was definitely that Bloodwork storyline, leading up to Crisis on Infinite Earths, of course. And the episode where he tempts Barry to lean to his will, that was such a good episode. He was such a great villain in that episode and throughout the rest of the season. And I really hope that he returns sometime soon. And yeah, then we'll have some more great scenes with him. And then, yeah, the top two are pretty obvious. At number 2, I've got Zoom, aka Hunter Zolomon. His master plan, starting from even episode 1, was just great. I really like how they went about that throughout season 2. Zoom, of course, one of the scariest, most threatening villains, menacing-looking villains we've ever seen in the Arrowverse, and I really like how they did that. I like when he returned in The Flash season 5. That was a pretty cool scene. And you know, Eric Waltz, the showrunner, said that he's going to try and bring Zoom back sometime, which I'm really looking forward to. Maybe that'll even happen in season 8. I think that'd be awesome. But yeah, Zoom, of course, well-deserved number 2 ranking. And then, of course, at number 1 is Reverse Flash from The Flash Season 1. This is one of the best storylines we've ever had in the entirety of the Arrowverse. I believe this was the best season of the Arrowverse, in my opinion. Yeah, Reverse Flash impersonating Harrison Wells. You could really see how smart Reverse Flash is, whereas when you see him now, you just don't really see how much of a genius he is. Of course, he was a genius in the comics, and I really think they made that, true on the Flash Season 1. I really like how they did that. They got to bring that back, by the way. You know, him being a genius and stuff. Right now it's just like he just wants to kill Barry. That's all that's going on here. But I really hope they just sort of change his storyline up a little bit so it's more similar to the Flash Season 1, because that was absolutely amazing. Yeah, hopefully when he's the main villain, presumably of the final season of The Flash, they end up making him the best main villain we've ever seen on the show. But anyways, I'd say that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to comment your thoughts on this video down below, as well as your own list of your main villains of The Flash ranked. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.